Hello, hello, hello. I'm Maya.
I am Spencer.
And welcome back to
Twin Takes. This is our podcast where we talk about films, TV, and other visual arts.
But not only that, we talk about our experiences as well as share opinions that nobody asked for.
But that's okay. But without further ado,
Let's
start
started
the
this
episode. What? We're reading a script, and she just did not read off. She had to improvise. Also, just back off from the mic a little bit,
Okay.
So just stay at this level here, and if you move in, that's fine. I can do short things.
Okay. And today's episode is movie swaps, where basically me and Twin, we swapped each other's favorite movies. But before we talk about that, how was your weekend, Spencer? How was it? We actually had a little break.
What did I do?
We had a little break.
We did have a little break, and we don't want to.
We don't want to talk about it.
I really want to,
but I don't know how much we
probably
can still.
We're using their equipment, and we'd probably get yelled at for it.
For sure.
You'll probably see it in the news or in some kind of article.
Facts. But how was your week? How was your weekend? Your 2 weeks?
Well, what did we do? Oh, that's right. I went up to UConn.
Ooh.
Toured it. I will say the film program here
is better.
Because, and here's the reason why, UConn is such a giant school, and film is just not one of their programs that they're known for. They're known for business, marketing. What else, Will?
Animal science.
Yeah, they're known for the big money jobs.
Got it. So it's film is just tossed aside.
Film, and the building was just it looked like a hospital. The fine arts, I don't want to hate on UConn, but y'all gotta update your shit, dude, because I felt like I was in a high school. The lockers were terrible. There were literally lockers. There were lockers. It was like a high school. I hated it. And I'm sure the classes are better.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not want to go to class because I would just feel so. I don't know why. But we stayed there for 3 days. It was fun. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, that's nice. My birthday was September 3rd. It was Tuesday.
Sorry. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, twin.
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Damn.
Are y'all not 20?
Not yet.
Oh, 20 on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Did you guys see my mom shouted you guys out on Instagram?
I did. Thank you, Mama G, Mama Greene. We love you.
Mama Star. Yes.
Mama Star.
What'd she say about me?
She said twins. She's happy birthday twins.
But
yes, Mom actually came out and surprised me for my birthday. She brought me Magnolia Bakery cupcakes, which I freaking love.
Oh, that's awesome.
And balloons. My best friend got me a tennis bracelet.
Brooklyn! Sorry, my bad.
My twin Nyla, she got me a tennis bracelet, a $25 gift card to Starbucks, which I love, and a card, and she wrote in it, which I think was her first time writing in a card for me. My other friend Sydney, she got me a little pouch that says "Woman in Film," and she got me a little clapper, and then a very special friend sent me a virtual birthday card.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And speaking of birthdays, Spencer,
Crap.
I got you a little something.
Crap.
Twin, I could give it to you later if you want one, but I got you this.
No way.
Yes,
Wait. Oh my God.
She brought a dozen of clappers, and she brought a dozen of them, and so I'm giving them away to people that
Heck yeah.
I love. Well, not love,
This
but
is my
yeah.
business card idea that I chose.
Is it?
Yeah, I chose this.
I chose a spotlight over my name.
I saw it.
Because it was
Fire.
I am the spotlight.
Yep. Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Of course.
This was supposed to be filmed last week.
It was.
I was going to get you a present, and then the whole thing happened.
It's okay.
So I will get you a present for the next episode. Mark my
Oh,
words.
okay. I'm marking them.
What? $1, I'm guessing.
I mean, I don't know because she was supposed to buy me one. Sydney's so cute, and then she brought a dozen of them.
Okay.
So you and Twin will definitely get one. Well, you got one, but I have to give Trip one.
Yeah. Thank you,
But
Trip.
yeah.
You're the best.
Yes, of course. So now we're going to do some shout outs of the week. First of all, shout out my mother. I feel like Mom, I'm literally doing this for you. I love you so much. I adore you. And I literally aspire to be as genuine and loving as you are. So my shout out is going to go to my mom, definitely.
Shout out, Mom. Shout out, Mom.
Yeah.
Thank you for the birthday wishes.
Yes.
Parents are the best.
Yes. What about you?
Shout out Natalie Hodgson, aka Sis. She's the one that matches my humor, so she's the one that keeps me funny. She's probably the funniest family member behind me and Will, which we're tied. Don't say anything, Will. Don't. And Dad. Dad's the funniest. Mom is hilarious too.
We should get our moms on a podcast.
I'm kidding.
Both of my. You didn't say anything about me.
Yeah, Will. I mean, the first podcast shows for itself. I mean, that's just proof that you're up there.
Literally everybody was laughing at you.
Actually, you know what? Our whole family is tied. My parents are probably the top two.
I love it. I feel like
funniest, right, Spencer?
I feel like if I ever had dinner with your family, like I would piss on myself because like you guys are so funny.
Probably, but it's also because we just have. We're a funny family. That's all I'm gonna say. We're a funny family. Mom and Dad are probably top two, and then it goes the three of us. Dead last. I gotta save it because I remember they asked me a question a couple days ago. Who's the funniest parent? And we said we can't say. So they're both the funniest. So I'll probably cut this out.
So cute.
So shout out, sister. You're the funniest person I know. You match my energy, and I love that about you. Shout out, Zoe, my girlfriend.
Aww.
You're awesome. You support me in everything I do.
Aww.
And I love you, and I miss you, and I will come visit you in college very soon.
Bye. That makes me feel so single.
Oh, my bad. But those are the two shout-outs for today. We already shouted out. We shouted out our parents last episode, right?
No, we shouted out our teachers last episode.
But on the outro, did we? Oh,
no,
I think I cut that out. Shout out, Mom. Shout out, Dad. You guys are the best. You guys are literally the reason why I'm here. You guys are helping this be possible. So love you guys. All right, let's get into movie swaps.
Yes. So we're going to introduce this segment of this episode. So we have genres of movies, and then we have movie swaps. So first, we're going to be talking about genres of movies. So Spencer, talk about your favorite genre. Why? The pros and cons of that genre.
Action drama. I don't know why. It's just I kind of grew up on that.
Mm-hmm.
But even if it's just drama, I like down to earth stuff because I like bringing attention to certain things. So like very personal topics, I love those kind of focuses just because there's something that's more meaningful about it. Mm-hmm. Again, I love Marvel, but it's out of this world, and it's not really it's
anti-realism. We just learned that today.
And we did just learn that today. But I think action drama, like I love the show. What's it called? Reacher. Starring Alan Richardson from Blue Mountain State. He's hilarious. He's so funny. But in this show, he's a total badass. All my family members say that I have a crush on him, which I do.
Wow. Wait, who did Alan Richardson play?
Thad Castle.
Oh.
Thad Castle. Yeah. He played Reacher. What else? There are a lot of action drama shows that I really like. I'm a huge, and again, like Top Gun, like that's like an action movie. So and that's the movie that I gave you for movie swaps.
Exactly.
So that's kind of my genre. Star Wars, but again, that's not really down to earth, but that is action drama. Yeah, I'm kind of all over it. I will never ever touch horror. So don't ever ask me to watch. If we ever do another one of these episodes, don't ever ask me ever.
That is absolutely positively crazy because my favorite genre is horror, thriller, and all that stuff.
Kind of psychotic for it.
And I'm gonna tell you why, and this is why I'm gonna shout out my mom. So when I was younger, I used to be a little troubled kid in school.
Oh man.
I had a bad attitude problem, and I still do, which is fine.
Used to.
Wow. Okay. It's again eating me up my own podcast. Like I'm just so confused. And so anytime that I used to get in trouble at school, instead of like, she was never the type of parent to hit me. She would make me watch a scary movie because I used to be scared of them back in the days, specifically A Nightmare on Elm Street. And I just gotten so immune to it. So I'm
So
literally
now rather than a punishment, it's
like I'm sitting there like with glee, like
damn that wow.
So that's my favorite genre, and I feel like I just grew up with it because my mom was like a horror fanatic. You know,
that's awesome.
Freddy, Jason, Pennywise, all that stuff.
I feel like she grew up in that generation where horror movies were
was
like
everything
huge,
was like
huge.
literally was like
It came out like every Halloween. Like now you don't see as many horror films.
I know,
but there's like
and
I'm
gonna speak on that. I feel like one of the cons is that horror nowadays is either demonic or not how it used to be back in the days. Like
yeah, I agree.
I feel like every horror movie nowadays is demonic, and I'm just like I don't want to watch that right now.
No, yeah, I'm a big fan of jump scares. Like
Me
so
too.
Scream, that's a good example.
Scream is in a I can't wait for our like trilogies and sequels episode because I am going to talk about that.
No, Scream was the first like
down.
real horror. Like Jaws counts. As
Wes Craven, period, is just like the just the master of.
I really like the Scream. I didn't like the third one, and then the new ones are okay.
That's okay. The third one is like it's just you're learning like history of just like how everything started.
But I'd rather just them keep it to the one.
That's actually my favorite one, by the way.
The third
one.
My favorite's the first, just because it's unpredictable.
Of course.
And then as you go on, obviously with horrors, they get predictable.
Yeah, and then the pros of horror is just the fact that like you could be so vulnerable. Yeah. Where it's like you're literally sitting, watching the movie, and you're just like.
But see, I can't do that. I can't do that.
And it's just like the adrenaline rush, like, and you always think anytime you watch horror, like, what would I do in this situation?
Yeah, I can't do that though. I cannot.
That's literally all about horror.
My con in horror is everything. I mean, I know. I'm sorry.
I mean, well, that's going into the next part.
I know.
So, yeah.
I forgot about cons with my action drama. Cons for action drama. Too much action nowadays.
It is.
It's like
damn,
why?
where's the plot of the movie?
Well, not only that, it's like now like the final or like in action dramas, the climax is now just an epic fight. Like I'd rather it be like a symbolic thing or like a deeper meaning than just throwing punches.
Yeah.
That's my con. Because I think it's just now everyone, because there was a phase where just action, and now people expect action, whether that's drama. Or it's even in like horror, you don't actually need like that much action in horror. You could have like It, for example, terrifying movie, but it's on like a deeper level.
It is,
and there's not that much action involved. And that's what kind of makes it more. What did you say? It's makes you vulnerable. Like the vulnerability, like action's like, oh, he can fight his way out of this. But when you're getting like psychologically messed with, I like that stuff more.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on.
So about action, my favorite part about it is that the actors now, even back in the days, the actors nowadays, back then, ooh, y'all are just so good to look at. Like, it's literally like eye candy. Like,
and I think not the purpose of the movie at all.
I think the reason as to why I love Top Gun Maverick so much, which is the movie that he gave me, is because Glenn Powell.
Tom Cruise, Glenn Powell. She didn't like Miles Teller, which is like crazy.
It was the porn. Yeah, well, it was the
chirp
porn
in
stash.
here. Chirp in here. She said that his mustache was the worst. She said he looked better in Fantastic Four. Miles Teller looked better in Fantastic Four.
I'm gonna just chirp in here real quick. Girl, is you crazy? That is the best looking man.
This is his whole motto. This is
really.
This is his summer.
Yep.
Like when it turns summer, Will's out there getting tan with a stash on. I mean, his girlfriend hates it, despises it. What are you doing? His girlfriend hates it, but he doesn't care because Miles Teller loves it.
Okay, well, Glenn Powell.
Wait, what? Whoa, pause. What do you mean Miles Teller loves it? what?
Miles Teller loves his look of the stash. Like he had that going for him.
He did, and I was just like, get it off. Oh, like a gnat. Like a gnat. I was just like, get it off.
But it also paid tribute to his father in the first movie, Goose.
It did.
So that's why he had the stash.
Okay, I understand that. The least part, like you said, it's just too much action. It's too much like.
With Top Gun?
No, just with action in general.
Action in general. Oh, thank God.
It's too much like just violence nowadays. Same thing with horror.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck am I seeing blood and guts just everywhere? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
Like at some point,
Like,
that
I
kind
liked
of-
when horror movies left the suspense of how did they die.
And here's the thing: now with horror movies nowadays, it's too much blood. Now we're just numb to it. Like the more blood I see,
it's
like
so
the more
gross.
normal it is to me. I'm like, okay, guts, blood, cool. I love jump scares. I love suspense.
I do.
This over gore, chill out on it, dude. Like you
Yeah.
got to be a freaky ass director to show that much gore.
Yeah.
Like again, Saving Private Ryan, which is an action movie, that's different because that's based on true war, which is you're gonna see a bunch of bloody war. But if you're like Long Legs, there's not that much blood. Like yeah, there's blood, but it's like most of it happens off screen. But when I see too much blood, I'm just like,
I kind of
like,
get
it's
turned
so
off.
old.
So is that your con for horror movies?
yeah, it's
So what's your pro?
pro. I think it's like it's one of the most popular genres there is out there.
It is.
Like it's just
And it's such a hard genre to touch.
it is because
Because it's either
you
you
need to
fuck
have
it up or you do
You
really
need
good.
to have
There's no in
you
between.
need to know what you're doing. Editing, sound. You need to know how to edit
I
suspense.
I
in
feel like
movies.
it's one of the hardest genres to do.
It's one of the hardest to film. To write, not that hard.
It's not. It's not a lot of. It is a lot of writing, but it's
But
more.
it's like a short film. Like
it's-
there's more suspense.
It's
There's
more
not as
visual
much-
writing than dialogue sometimes.
Now again, sometimes there is going to be like a mystery where there's going to be a lot of dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
But like you don't really need that much. Like that's what makes suspense suspenseful.
Mm-hmm.
Is the no talking, dead silence, and then that quiet little just breeze
Yeah.
or that rustling or that
Yeah.
or that coming or that music coming in. That's what makes it suspenseful, not
Facts.
over talking. So
Yeah.
that's it.
So, what genres do you think are overrated, and in what genres do you think are underrated?
Crap.
I feel personally underrated is sci-fi. I feel like not a lot of people can get into like scientific fiction.
I think because it's over. I think it's because it's overused now. Or like there was like a phase where it was just overused. Like there's Star
It
Trek,
was.
Star Wars,
It
and now
was.
there's Marvel that's going in this whole space
yeah.
thing. So I think
I feel like right now, for the time being, it's gonna be sci-fi.
I think sci-fi. You're right. I think it's just such a.
Wait. Which one is sci-fi?
Like Star Wars is sci-fi, right?
It's like scientific fiction.
Okay.
Like it's like
Do you understand?
it's never gonna happen. By the way, we have 20 minutes left.
Okay, we're almost
Well,
done.
Oh,
if
what
I
am
can
I
just
saying?
I
We're
think-
good.
We're
I
almost
think one genre that's very underrated is probably like porn.
William!
Oh my
William!
God!
That's not a genre. That's a whole different industry. God
Turn your
damn
mic
it,
off.
Will. God
Turn
damn
your
it.
mic off.
Dumbass.
Anyways,
We're gonna keep that in just to show how
we
disgusting
are.
you are. You horny
Your mother
pervert.
is watching.
You're 20 this week.
Oh wait! I have a girlfriend. No, we can't put that in.
Oh, what's that, William? You something big doodle this times?
She doesn't watch this.
Oh, she's going to because this is the clip that's going on Instagram.
Overrated. I would have to say action.
For
right now.
No. Oh, 100%. Every movie nowadays is action, and
Yeah.
it's so boring.
Yeah.
Like I love a deep story, but now
I
it's just this.
do.
It's like
It's like, what are we fighting now?
I know. What are we doing?
It's like, why are we fighting?
What are we doing? Too much shit. Too much muscle.
Now, dun, 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 we are going to be movie swapping. So basically, what this is I gave Twin my favorite movie that's not horror, so I had to really sit down and think, and he gave me his, something that would not confuse me.
So the first one I gave her was Interstellar. I'm one of the biggest fans of Christopher Nolan's work.
Me too. He's just gonna have to sit down,
But
look me in my eyes, and explain what the hell he's talking about.
Some of his work is super, super complex. Interstellar, Memento, even his fan or his short film for his work in college.
Memento, I literally I locked in
Loved it though.
and I locked out. Like
No, it's okay.
You had to sit down next to me and explain what the hell was going on.
So Memento's one of those movies that you need to watch it multiple times just to get a basis of it. Because the way it's filmed is the stuff is in color. The stuff in color works backwards. The stuff in black and white works forward. So the black and white is the beginning of the movie. The colored is at the end of the movie. And then these two, the way they're edited, it goes black and white, colored, black and white, colored, black and white, colored. The black and whites and the colored come together and meet in the middle. So it's one of the hardest films, but that's basically how I can describe it. It's one of the hardest films to watch, but again, his Batman movies are super easy because they're...
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like those are
Dark
good.
Knight Rises.
Yeah, best
Amazing.
Batman trilogies ever. But again, his work is super complex. His work is so complex. But it's also something to respect because he's like... He doesn't care that the audience can't get it. He tests the audience, which I love.
And I love the fact that he does that. But me personally... I was watching.
It's not for everyone.
I was watching Interstellar, and I was like, Matthew McConaughey's voice is putting me to sleep. And then I called my mom.
In a good way. In a good
way. Oh, of
ASMR.
course.
Not like, that he's boring. It's just.
Like, of course. I had to call my mom. I tried to make her watch it for me. She couldn't watch it. Her boyfriend couldn't. I couldn't understand what he was telling me. So I was like, Spence, you have to give me a new movie, which was Top Gun Maverick.
My second most,
which had Glenn Powell in it.
I'm sorry, I love that movie.
It had Glenn Powell in it.
Yeah, that's what put Glenn Powell on the map. For me at least. For me, I know you saw stuff previous, but that's the one after Top Gun. He's been in Anyone But You.
Everything.
Twisters.
He even produced his own aviator movie.
You saw that? He was in that. He was in he has his own it's based off the Blue Jets or something like that. He produced that as well.
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about Top Gun Maverick. I didn't get to finish it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but I did watch the most that I could. I'm sorry, I'm a busy girl. I loved it, honestly. The lighting fit it fit everything. The soundtrack and the score was everything.
It was a yellow-toned movie.
It was.
It was like Whiplash.
It was so surreal, just watching the planes and going, seeing how fast.
Well filmed, right?
And it was. The cinematography was everything.
I like the above angles of them when they were flying in the planes, or even just when the GoPros were attached to the planes.
Yeah, it was sick.
The filming style was perfect for this movie.
It low-key made my ass clench every time they were in the plane, because I'm I was like, God damn, they going so fucking fast.
When one of the pilots, when he blacked out from the training.
Oh my God! I was
the buzzer. I was like, shit, he's not gonna wake up. He's not gonna wake up. He's not gonna wake up.
I was shaking. I was like, what?
No,
the
this
fuck?
movie,
this
movie's
is
so good at suspense. It's so.
It is.
It's so good.
And we were talking about it earlier. Tom Cruise has not aged a fucking day.
And I said it pisses me off because my man needs to get old. Because
no, he doesn't.
He can't keep getting away with this.
Yes, he can.
How is he still the #1 action star in cinema for He's been the #1 for 40 years.
I don't care. And he could go on for 40 fucking more.
Damn.
That man ages like wine, not tequila, like wine.
Damn.
Not that I would know.
And you know what? He can still run fast as hell.
I know. And he could run to me.
Pick a man. It's either Glenn Powell or Tom Cruise. Pick a man.
Why can't I have
multiple? Because that's greedy. All right, save some for me. I'm kidding. I have a girlfriend. Take that off the record. Stop.
What I didn't like about it, I guess Miles Teller's mustache. That was the only thing that was turning me off.
That's crazy.
From the movie.
Oh. What did you think of Bob though? Do you remember Bob? Glasses.
He was adorable.
So cute. He's so cute.
He was so cute.
No, he was adorable.
Okay, we have 10 more minutes, so.
Okay.
Talk about the Wiz.
Overall, what do you think of Top Gun? You have a minute.
9 out of 10. It was just the mustache that took it
Perfect.
off. Yeah. Sorry, Miles.
All right.
There's a whole point taken off for the mustache?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? She couldn't do a 0.1. She did a whole 1.
Anyways, so I gave Spencer the Wiz. My aunt and my mother said tread lightly.
For those that don't know, The Wiz is a black cultured movie, and it circles around the same story, and I've looked this up. Mm-hmm. It circles around The Wizard of Oz, but it's just twisted with a black culture around it. Correct?
Yes.
And so I said this in my notes. Wiz notes. I have good and bad. Good.
That's fine.
I really like the tone and the vibe in the beginning. So it opens up with a Christmas dinner, and it just has a very cultured vibe to it. And I really liked how it just seemed it's very family oriented.
Oriented. Oriented.
Your mic right now.
No. Don't touch nothing on that board.
It's very family based.
Yes.
Right. And it just feels welcoming, and so that had me engaged from the jump.
Of course.
And so again, that's what we talk about in cinema. In order to make a good movie, have the audience engaged from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
Someone out there.
I saw it. That's why I was just like.
They gotta wait their turn.
Get away.
Stop. You had me in mean tornado. That's
Keep going. I want to hear your notes. I'm happy that you took notes.
Yeah, I said a big family dinner is an intriguing opening. Loved it.
Can I pause?
Yeah.
The Wiz was filmed in like 1970 something, 1980s.
Yeah, it was more recent than The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
And the setting, and I think I put this on my notes.
Wait.
It's what?
When was The Wizard of Oz filmed?
1930 something.
Damn. Yeah, Wizard of Oz is probably one of the scariest movies there is.
It's very problematic. But continue.
Just because of the behind the scenes stories. Because of the behind the scenes stories. If you look at behind the scenes, it's fucked. It's really bad.
It is. It's bad.
I said I like the music and the voices that sang those songs. Love Michael Jackson. Love the Lion. Love the Tin Man. I love the crows, the 4 crows, right? That had Michael Jackson, aka the Scarecrow, in prison.
You can win.
Yeah. So that was.
It was very disco.
And it was
very
it had a Broadway and stage feel, but also in a movie form, which I love.
And
so
it's really hard to like.
It gave La La Land, so like it kind of like that dancing around, but you stay in like this general area, not a lot of cuts because it's like very choreographed. Loved that kind of style. I said the chemistry between Dorothy and Aunt in the beginning, in the opening, was super good. Like you could tell, like this was a family that cares about each other, and it wasn't very isolated. So they even like they were a very small portion of the film, they played a huge role. So I liked that a lot. I said I loved how the setting was New York, rather than Kansas, like The Wizard of Oz. It just felt, I don't know why, if they were to film The Wiz in Kansas,
it wouldn't have felt.
It would have been
right.
It wouldn't have been original enough. It would have been just
that, and also I feel like they would have made it very racial.
I know, and but like because it was filmed in New York, correct? It made more sense.
It did,
and I love the Christmas part of it, and I really liked how they throughout the movie they kind of stayed in the city.
Yeah,
I like that. It was city, but it wasn't city. It was really cool. Loved the sets. Michael Jackson in it was awesome. This was pre-drama, so this is when he was on the younger side.
Yeah, he was like 20.
Yeah, I
think he was 19. He was young. He was young.
But you gotta keep in mind, he's been in this business like way before he started filming this. So he was in the Jackson 5.
Yeah, he was doing a lot.
He was doing nothing new for him.
Okay.
I said the line was hilarious.
That's me and my mom's favorite character.
He ate the screen
ate it
up
down
because I don't know why he just matched the
I'm
energy.
Scared.
I know.
It was just so
when he got
cute.
big, he goes dog bit me. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. He has no courage, but he's acting like it, right?
Yeah. I love you, Mom.
I liked Richard Pryor as the Wiz. I only really knew him from Superman, the third movie. I liked his character in it. A lot of people didn't like the third Superman movie. I liked it. So I loved Richard Pryor as the Wiz. I really liked it because he's supposed to be the scary, tough, god or whatever, or this higher power. And then, when they zoomed in on the face of the Wiz and then you just see him come out like this, I really like that. Intro to Evelyn, loved it.
Ooh, she's a bad bitch.
She was a bad bitch. But here was the only problem with it. She wasn't a threat. She wasn't. She wasn't introduced in the beginning, and she was killed off in 5 minutes. So that was my only.
That was your only thing
with Evelyn.
Okay. So continue with the what could be improved.
Yeah, again,
what
costumes in general were awesome.
Oh, costumes.
Evelyn's costume was perfection.
That's
the
the whole
Lion's
movie.
perfection. Tin Man's perfection. Scarecrow perfection. I like Toto the dog. He was really funny.
Toto. Toto.
I like the Crows.
She's so dramatic. I
like
love Diana Ross.
She was, but you know what? I like that about her. Like she
yeah.
did like this very.
I feel like Judy Garland wasn't as dramatic, and
well,
I feel
to
like
be fair,
that's...
she was on drugs. Like she
Oh
was
my God.
heavy on drugs. Behind the scenes, like they would literally shove drugs down her throat
And
just to keep her awake.
That's We could talk about that in another episode.
We are
keep going.
definitely
Keep going.
going to.
It's.
I got 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the practical effects of the Tin Man and Scarecrow and the Lion being tortured. So like, when Tin Man was pressed down, he was in a cushion, and
that was so fire.
Yeah, that was good. And I think it was like a print too, or like he was basically in a cushion and it wasn't his actual body. His head was, I believe, his head was underneath.
It was like
It was a fake body, and that got pressed down. Michael Jackson's Scarecrow, they did the exact same thing. He got sawed in half. But again, it was a fake body. It was just his head that was above.
The fact that the visual effects were that good
They
back
were
in
really
the
good.
days.
I really liked it. And then the lion, he was just dangling from a rope, which was fine. All right. I'm going to just, even if I mentioned the bads already, I'm just going to go over them super quickly.
Go ahead.
Songs were too long.
They were.
It just,
especially when they were like near Oz. I feel like
the green, the red, and the yellow.
But it was so fire.
It was good,
so
but
fire.
damn.
But it was long.
I was like, all right, let's go. I had to put it in 1.5 speed because it was just taking so damn long. I
love
got too close to
disco.
the mic there. I loved the energy that every single one of the cast members brought though. It just felt so immersive, and I felt like I was in that world. But damn, them songs were long.
They were.
A little bit too long. I was like, all right, let's get to the story. Didn't like that the flying monkeys didn't actually fly. They were on motorcycles. I get it sticks to the whole city theme. But I was like, all right, this is kind of weird. It's like, don't call them the flying monkeys or they're not going to fly. You know what I mean? Antagonist death, way too quick. Not a real threat to the movie. Again, I already said that. But her screen time was awesome. Because she looked menacing.
She looked scary.
She looked scary. And her outfit was also scary.
Her outfit was impeccable.
Climax was too quick. And then I said that her minions when they got zipped out of like.
But that dance break was fire as hell though.
Yeah, it was fire. But I mean, dancing almost completely naked, that was a bit much.
Wait, what movie is this?
The Wiz.
Okay.
Like our moms are watching.
Are watching this,
like,
William. We promise he's not this bad off
Where's
camera.
the decorum?
He's not this bad off camera.
Oh God. Okay.
He's not.
He just said, I said, where's the decorum? He says, the what?
Very demure.
Decorum and demure are two different
know,
words. Okay, I'm just want to make sure.
Gotta
watch out for my
Anyway,
twin.
I didn't like how the minions were dancing almost completely naked. That was a bit much. I was like, okay.
I mean, it's modern dance though.
Completely naked. You couldn't have a bit more clothes on. Just letting you guys know, the dude minions were dancing in Speedos, and the woman minions were dancing in very skinny bikinis. And I didn't think that was necessary. I thought, they came out of these dark minion suits, and it's a symbolic thing for they're free now. Mm-hmm. But there's a better way to show that they're free or that they're not possessed or under-controlled minions anymore.
Okay.
That's my takeaway. But overall, I like The Wiz.
What would you rate it? Let me back away just in case you have a crazy answer.
7 out of 10. Keep in mind, Christopher Nolan is 9 out of 10 for me. 10 out of 10 for me. Well, you've never watched The Wiz. You can't walk out. You've never watched it. What do you mean it hurts? What do you mean it hurts? And you know what? I'm sticking by that number.
7.5.
Because I've already watched this movie similar to this, like The Wizard of Oz. Again, there were moments that weren't similar, but I think again, you grew up on this movie. I didn't grow up on this movie. I grew up on The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So I've seen a story like this similar.
Which is the point?
I know, but I'm not the audience that they're targeting. Well, pan the camera on me. I'm not the audience. So I grew up with a completely different movie.
The reason as to why...
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10 was harsh. 7 out of 10 was harsh.
The reason as to why... Because it's like you've seen these white actors do this before. You've seen,
I know.
So the fact that it was a black cast,
I love that
black
it was all
crew.
black. It was all black. It was all black, and I love that because
it was
brought
so
energy. It brought so much.
It was so much. It was so. It's still so special to us because of the simple fact of during that time, during those movements, during that time, it was just.
Like the only
It was
giant rock
spectacular.
stars were Michael Jackson and like the Jackson
And
5.
Diana Ross. Do you
And
know
Diana
that?
Ross.
Hello.
But like other than that, outside of music, there like again there are blues and jazz and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But like these people, they were able to take like an all white movie originally
And
put
make
this
it into
complete
its
black
own
community
because that's just who we are.
and that shit would and 8 out of 10 because I really really love the energy that the entire cast brought. Like you could tell that this meant more to them than just a movie.
Exactly.
This was representing an entire community.
I can respect that you understand that because some people won't.
No,
some people will just look at this movie and be like, "Oh,
it's just the Wizard of Oz, it's just black." No, I'm not one of those
Exactly.
people. I
But
completely,
we took that shit and made it into our own. Literally, it was.
the costumes were completely different. They
were.
like the witch.
They're very unique.
The witch was boring. In the Wiz, it's interesting. It's intriguing.
It
It's
is.
menacing. I love that they put a complete twist on it, their own culture around it. That's what I loved about the movie.
Yes.
So 8 out of 10. I was a bit
And-
hard with a 7. I just completely forgot how immersive it was with the black community.
Thank you.
And
we appreciate that.
and I loved how
He's
I
for
was-
the blacks.
it was very cultural.
Type shit.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
so is that episode
That's episode 2. Sorry it was so quick, you guys. But
that's
We
okay.
literally only had an hour for this podcast room.
Literally.
We wanted more, but damn.
So now it's time for the.
We're also a minute
time-
over time.
it's time for
Outros.
the
Time for the outros. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it and we didn't bore you to shit.
And if we did, thank you guys so much for tuning in, anyways.
Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.
As well as follow Twin Takes Podcast on Instagram and our own personal Instagrams as well.
And stay tuned for next week's episode. And thank you so much for watching.
And that is a wrap.